You want another one?
No, yeah, here you go.
Twix.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
I think I can put 3 of these in my mouth.
No.
Huh?
Oh, what's up?
Hey,
What's up?
welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Hang on. Peanuts and nougat.
Wait, did you say
Did you say
penis,
penis and nugget?
I said peanuts and nougat.
That was my nickname in high school.
Peanuts and nougat?
Our
Okay.
dad is watching.
One can hope he stopped all of a sudden. Anyway, guys, thank you, Super Cool Nation, for joining us for an all-new episode of the Super Cool Nerd Show. I am Jason X, and the guy over here is Bryce.
No.
I gotta do introductions.
Hi, everybody.
You got that?
I hope you haven't eaten all of your Halloween candy yet,
Because we
Hope you-
totally are.
because we need some more. Could you bring us some?
We're working on it. We got a whole, Anyway, don't mind that. Don't mind that. Anyway, lady over there, there is Kat, representing the Dallas Fuel again.
Because Overwatch World Cup stuff kicks off again tomorrow.
Hey.
Go Fuel. Wait, they're not in it.
Go Mickey.
Oh,
Well, it's nations. It's like Olympics,
Right.
kind of. So
Oh,
go
it's Taiwan.
US, go Team Arrow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
ah. And the lady over there, eating. Stop. Just stop. There's Cass.
It's going on your reel.
What's up?
Did you choose to eat a Starburst? Like the worst candy to eat on camera. You'll be chewing for the next 3 minutes.
Dentists everywhere, like.
Oh, it's okay.
I saw a joke. My friend asked me, "Did you eat all my Starburst?" And after I chewed for 5 minutes, I said, "How dare you accuse me of such a thing?" And of course, running the board, making everything look and sound, as she says, beautiful. It's Cora. Seriously, you two.
Oh.
The one time I cannot be yelled at for what I was doing before the camera went on.
I mean, we can yell at you.
Hey, you can't eat. Hey, the Twix are mine. I want the Twix.
Oh, too bad. I've already eaten like half
a
of them.
whole
pile of them over there.
Yeah, I mean, like half of them. This is for me.
No.
Funny story. When my kids went trick-or-treating last night, I take all their dots. 'Cause I tell,
like
yeah,
dots.
my son's like, "You're taking all the dots?" I'm like, considering it's the only time you pay rent in this house, okay?
Skimming off the top.
Hey, the dots are mine, and I got to admit some of my neighbors are god level because they were giving away full-size candy bars.
So then they can stand to lose a few dollars.
Yeah, so you can lose
Your
some
neighbor's
boxes of dots.
dentists.
Hmm?
Your neighbor's
Clearly
dentists.
not.
They're like, here, give me that money, give me that money.
But we will talk about, like, how disappointing I think Halloween was this year. Damn you, Hump Day Halloweens. Happening when it's raining in Dallas and all that crap. Anyway, so we have an awesome show for you guys tonight.
No, we don't.
No, we don't actually.
Oh yeah. Do you want to mention the thing?
Yeah, so basically, I was setting up the studio because I went camping this weekend. We did the remote show. So the studio was completely broken down until, I don't know, last night. I was playing games. Red Dead Redemption 2 just came out. Don't judge me. It's fantastic. It really is.
It's Hateful Eight the game. Like,
It's
no.
so great. I killed a snapping turtle.
Why would you do that?
Mate, that's why.
Jason's like, I'm hungry.
But
Yeah.
Because-
And you know
because
how
it
much
didn't
meat a
move fast
snapping
enough.
turtle gives you.
It was huge. It was like the size of my
don't,
horse.
and I
So
knew to
anyway,
eat.
What?
Yeah, it was a huge snapping turtle.
Jesus
Thanks,
Christ.
Oh,
Yeah.
hunting in Red Dead Redemption is great. I was trying to shoot a deer and a bear ran out from a bush. Like I missed the deer and this bear goes
like
running out the
Twilight.
bush like I woke it up. It killed me dead.
I was about to say, getting the Revenant all up in here, like.
But it was so funny because I didn't know the bear. Like I didn't know there was a bear in there.
I
I wish I had
mean-
clipped that because it was like, bam, I missed the deer.
At least Red Dead Redemption lets you launch it before it kills your character's dead.
It's actually no, I did get him. He almost killed me, but it's a fantastic game. I need to stream a little
I'm
bit
just
of it.
saying you know that because you didn't launch it and it wipe off your hard drive.
Oh, we're gonna talk about some recent bugs,
Fallout
some
70,
beta,
Some in a little bit.
some
little
beta
bit
bugs that
awry.
may have happened, may or may not have happened. But anyway, about this show, like I said, not a lot of prep work is out, but we can talk. So we're asking you guys, bring up topics in the chat, especially you guys on Facebook, because I know y'all are always.
And please come
Oh.
to YouTube. I'm lonely.
If y'all have something that y'all want to talk about tonight, guess what? We're going to pull it out of the chat and we're going to discuss it. But we do have our news, so we are going to get to that. So let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news.
I'm
Yes,
going
guys.
to kill everyone.
We should not. I mean, did we learn anything from last week from eating on camera? Oh, did you just let loose a smelly bird?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
Clearly, we learned nothing from eating last week. But also, thank you, Regeneration Arcade, because the food was great.
Sure was.
So much fun.
Going back for those brisket nachos, man.
Oh my god.
After Bryce
I
left, we had a great time.
I could make love to those nachos.
If you miss when Cora was in the middle of her story, and I slid the rest of the nachos to her, and she's like, and then nachos. I love no. It was just like nachos, and then just went right back into her topic. It was great. So anyway, I was going to talk about Marvel Legends and Hasbro are releasing the full 90s X-Men Blue Team, so I'll be able to complete that team finally with the Gold Team coming. But I can't because it's a science thing, and I need to talk about the flu. Which, in case you didn't know, 2017 was possibly the worst year for flu outbreaks in the United States. Here's the problem with the flu and why you should get the vaccine every time. Now, when they're predicting the flu, there are different strains. Sometimes they get it right and say, this is the strain that's going to affect us the most. Other times, they get it wrong, and unfortunately, a lot of people die. How many people die? 80,000 in the U.S. last year. That should be alarming to anybody, but instead, we've kind of accepted it throughout the years. The good news is, back in 2013, the scientists were basically saying we are working towards a kill-all for the flu. It's every strain, and we're going to work on it. Possibly we'll see results in 5 to 8 years. Well, here we are, 2018. They are now testing basically a type of flu vaccine that will affect all of them. Testing is right now being done on animals and seeing very good results. If people would, basically this is causing a more aggressive forming of the T cells, which will attack that type of virus. So is this good news? Hell yeah, science, man. If they can come up with something that can catch all of the flu vaccines instead of us relying on basically scientists to go, I think it'll be this one, which last year they did not get it, and that's what happened. Unfortunately, in the last 40 years, we've seen flu-related deaths not really moving the needle. It's just kind of steady throughout the year, depending on how bad it is. So, yeah, UCLA, thank you guys for coming up with this. I did have one thing I wanted to add to that. They are calling this the Goldilocks of flu vaccines, which I like that. I don't know why.
It's not too big. It's not too small. It's just right.
Yes.
Just right.
The chief of the Division of Allergy and Immunology at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia said, this is very exciting, and of course, because unfortunately there's a lot of children that get affected by the flu as well. So thank you guys for helping us live a little bit longer.
And vaccinate your kids.
Vaccinate your kids.
Yeah, let's science this motherfucker up, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Mr. White.
Vaccinate your kids.
Seriously, vaccinate
Well,
your kids.
I mean, we're seeing an outbreak of measles right now because people are... We almost have measles wiped out, damn it! Because people are refusing to vaccinate. I take the flu vaccine every year, not because, you know, I'm responsible or anything. I got 2 kids, and I don't want them getting the flu. So,
yeah.
But if this can do it, we can save a lot more lives. They don't even list the flu as on death certificates a lot of times, just because it does. There are other effects that go along with it, so it's not always this. But CDC does go on the back end and say, "Ooh, crap, we had 80,000 this year." That's not good. They tend not to screw around, the CDC. So.
Yeah.
They actually have that on their badges. We tend not to screw around.
We tend not to.
Tend not to.
screw around.
Sometimes we
Everybody
do,
has
but
their-
usually we don't.
Well, normally I drop an F-bomb there, but I figured, hey, I'm going to be good this show. Anyway,
So Sudafed won't do it.
no. Get the shot.
And the cough drops.
From the chat we have, I got off Fallout 76 for this from Xander. That's okay, Xander. It might have kicked you out.
Oh, we also have a message from the chat on YouTube to spay and neuter your pets.
Oh, yeah.
Spay and neuter your pets, yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Yes, I can't remember your name. I'm very sorry.
No, wasn't it Bob Allen?
No,
Price
the-
is Right?
APBSRP 2000.
Yes, I was talking about the user. You were right. It's Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
But I'm the gentleman in the chat. I forgot.
Bryce.
What are you doing?
I'm asking you.
Okay, what's the question?
Please take the sucker out.
I'm
of
not
your
taking
ear.
the sucker out of my ear.
It's
I refuse.
So
Why?
Refuse to take the
You know
sucker out of
what?
my
If you're
ear.
gonna have the sucker,
You know what?
Aaron, it's
leave it
Aaron.
the whole
Thank you,
time
Aaron.
So it doesn't get mixed up with anything.
Oh, that's
else.
Aaron. Okay.
How do you feel about Bryce's ear sucker?
It looks like he was
Aaron.
cleaning his ears with a Q-tip and
His
forgot it was
body,
there.
his choice.
It's
So, Cass, so we can get it off Bryce for a second. What have you got for the news this week?
okay. So this is something that we kind of touched on before, but I feel like we have to talk about it again. Let's talk about The Witcher. We got
Good,
our
somebody
first look. We got our first look at a very young, very handsome Geralt. We have had some complaints about the casting, and we have had some new complaints about the fact that he does not have his iconic scar or eyes.
He has eyes.
He has eyes. He does not have his eye. No, that's not right. He has his eyes. He doesn't have his iconic cat-like eyes. And I looked this up because I played the games. I have not read the book series. This is going to be a younger Geralt, and in the book, Geralt can change his eyes basically at will. To me, that doesn't give, like, you still should have had the eyes, because you knew, Netflix, you knew that this was going to happen. You knew he was going to come out without the eye, and people were going to be like,
I disagree.
He doesn't look right.
It could be a killer reveal.
you think so?
In which case, it shouldn't go in the promo, because when it happens, people are going to be like, "Ah!"
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah, can't you just
That's
wait
fair.
for it to happen?
No.
If that's what they're doing, I can support the lack of eyes in the promo
And
shot.
Netflix has always been good. I mean, so far, Netflix has seemed to know what they're doing.
For the most part.
I assume that he will get his scar at some point during the course of the series, and that's what I was going to say, is that is definitely going to be a reveal of some kind to how he got that scar. Again, I've played the games, I've never read the book, I don't know if that's discussed in the book, I assume it is. But he's in general, a very handsome looking Geralt. He definitely has his faux leather going on, which is always fun. It's not real leather, but that's fine.
Something.
In general, it's just an interesting first promo.
Or like,
Yeah,
it's fine, this is fine.
Well, to be fair, this is a first look, so it's not necessarily what it's going to look like after or in the actual show. This is more so just to be like, hey, look,
Yeah.
here's what we have so far. And it's not,
What do you guys think?
yeah, what do you guys think? And it's not the final version.
Yeah.
It's just a, here you go.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I like it.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of connection with the Witcher series. I haven't played the games or read the books, which shame on me for that. But I think he looks great, and
Right, he always looks great.
yeah, I want to stroke the
That's
beautiful.
a handsome man right there.
I want to stroke the butt chin.
And he looks the butt chin.
I wanna
think he
stroke
looks
it.
good. He looks good with white hair, which I was honestly
Yeah.
not expecting. I still wish it had just been Matthew Mercer in his cosplay
That's
of
all
The Witcher.
I wanted was
That
Matthew
that would have been great, but
Oh,
Henry
I
Cavill
could
is a good actor.
I,
So.
I could also get behind Matt
Mercer.
Mercer.
Matt
though, doing that.
Mercer's a big Witcher stan. Like,
Sure, it's
like
his acting.
has
like.
a Geralt cosplay
It's
that he
not.
made.
Matt Mercer's
I've seen it.
Not
I love
like
it.
the hottest guy. He's just amazing as a
Wonderful
voice
in every
actor.
way. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, The Witcher.
From the chat, Xander says maybe they will have his eyes change in battle. That would be cool.
Good point.
I'm
Yeah.
down for
Or
that.
maybe we'll
Yeah.
learn how that comes along.
Well,
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
part of The Witcher.
This is
If
like
he's
a
already completed his training. It should be.
Oh, it is?
It's
Oh,
part
okay.
of. It's either part of the,
thought we were
the
gonna go-
magic of the Witcher, or it's part of the basically the species that he is, and I don't remember which it is.
Well, I can't wait to see how they CGI out his.
Yeah.
Arcane.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how they CGI out his mustache on The Witcher. That's what
Really?
I'm waiting for.
well, to be fair, this isn't WB doing it, so it'll actually be decent
Also,
if they
to
have
be fair,
to.
The Witcher's graphics,
Shades.
like, you wouldn't be able to tell. They were quite blurry.
The Witcher's
Original.
graphic. They're really pretty. They just don't sync up with how do you call it? Real life.
It's a game.
No,
I
I
don't
just meant
like
as far as
The
overly
Witcher.
smooth look goes,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Also, if you like The Witcher, go ahead and do yourself a favor and look up the potato version of The Witcher. It's somebody, they went in and basically took all of the graphics to their lowest setting, and it's one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so when you said potato version, I legitimately thought that you meant that they acted it out with potatoes, because I have seen that before with
Star Wars.
the story of Oedipus, and when he gouges out his eyes, it was like the eyes for a potato. I'm like, I see what y'all did. And everyone was different potatoes.
That's fantastic.
Apparently, it was a college project, and it's my favorite thing on YouTube.
I say next time they do what's his face? What's his name? That flew too close to the sun.
Icarus?
Icarus, and then it ends with a baked potato.
Well, it ends with a baked potato and then a mashed potato.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon.
It's been like...
Cora, give us some news this week.
Okay, so
She was eating something. I was trying to catch her.
no, I was drinking, so nice try. But so on Tuesday, the official Undertale Twitter started tweeting some really cryptic, weird messages, saying that they were going to be releasing something on Wednesday, but it didn't seem like the creator. It seemed like someone had taken over. On Wednesday, we got an announcement that he wanted a survey. That we need a survey because we want to hear from you, and it led to a link on a website called deltarune.com. I downloaded the link, and it installed a program on my computer called Survey Program. As I started, he'd ask me some personal questions like who I was, what's my favorite blood type, what's my favorite color, and you create a character. And like, well, this doesn't matter, deletes it, and then loads a new game coming out from the creator of Undertale, and that will be called Deltarune. In Deltarune, you are playing the main character here, who seems very much like it's a grown version of the main character from the Undertale series, but they have a different name, so I'm not sure how that is going to play into it. You also have your classmate companion / bully / someone who really doesn't care, and then you have a prince character, and the three of you are a team that must save the world from ultimate darkness and destruction. It's a really interesting game. It's the full first chapter is available at deltarune.com. I believe it's still there. It may not be, so I don't know. But it's really interesting. They've updated a lot of things from the original game, like the bullet hell thing, battle system that's still there, but it's set up more like it is a turn-based RPG style, so you can see both sides of the screen instead of just the enemy side. There's new music, which is incredible. You can find it on YouTube and on Bandcamp if you want the soundtrack. The graphics have updated, the sound, like the little sounds, like you can hear yourself walking. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. We don't have a lot more information other than that. We will be getting more information probably, later on when he has more information to give us. But this is something that everyone's been waiting for since like 2015. We've been waiting for an Undertale 2, and I think this is going to be what essentially would be a spiritual successor to Undertale is going to be. Considering that the symbol that is on Toriel's tabard, that is the Deltarune.
Welcome to the underground.
No, we're not.
How was the fall?
We're not going into JT.
If you wanna look around, give us a call.
We're not going into JT Machinima today.
We don't see humans.
Which, by the way,
we're happy
hey,
you just dropped in.
Jason, please.
Okay.
How many people are going to get stuck in that download process and think they're being...
We're getting to
I'm so salty about this.
Well, to be honest, I was actually kind of nervous downloading it because you have to turn off your security settings to download it sometimes for Windows for just that program. So I was like, and it's because Windows 10 is really, really finicky with downloads. So I was like, okay. And before you get to the download thing, it says there's a little thing that pops up that says,
"This will destroy your hard drive."
No, it was a there's no turning back. I can't remember exactly what it said. You also had to also, for your safety, you could not talk about it for 24 hours after the link was released. which was basically the creator going, please don't talk about
They seriously put no turning back?
It's not like it was a, yeah, it was like where it has like the, where they can put like special information for your download. It said there's no.
Here. It's like, why don't you put Admiral Akbar? It's a trap.
That would make me nervous, like as a user.
Yeah, you want to just download a file.
Well,
No.
everyone, the upside is everyone could tell that this was for the game because it came from their Twitter, and it was obvious with the way it was set up. And I mean, he even came on there on the Twitter. It's like, okay, if you're having problems with the download, here's what you need to fix. It was all part of like the story and the immersion into it. Is why they put it there.
I support that. It would make me nervous as
Oh,
a
yeah.
user.
Eventually, if you if you hit cancel 3 times, you just say, okay, look, it's Undertale 2. Just freaking download it.
Yeah.
Like that's the last message you get.
Although, to be fair, it's not Undertale 2. It is Deltarune. That is the official name for it. To be fair, but it is a successor to it because the only character you have interaction with from the first game that I have found thus far is Toriel and Alphys. Because Alphys is your teacher and Toriel is your mom. And that's it. Everybody else, you just kind of see them in the background. So.
Alright, seriously, that thing's still... God, it's gross. Hey, Bryce, what you got for a story this week? Like, what's the story with that sucker in here?
I am a sucker for Star Trek, comedy, and cartoons. Now, if you'll look at this picture that's hopefully covering Jason's face.
Well, halfway.
It's okay. It's great. It is from the original 74 animated Star Trek series that I've watched, and I'm sure some of you have watched. Yeah, I see you over there. I see you over there with your hand shaking, you know, just you're not really sure you want to do that, but you should. So, hold on to your anti-gravity gum, okay?
Gross? Weird? Gross?
No, not weird. Not weird.
Gross.
Get ready for some space madness. This is going to be great. I can't wait. CBS Access has told us that we are getting Star Trek Lower Decks, and it's going to be brought to you by Emmy winner Mike McMahon and his Rick and Morty show that he's written for. And he's going to be the guy driving the bus on this thing, or your runabout, if you prefer. I cannot wait to see this show because you're going to have basically the support crew serving on one of Starfleet's least important ships, and it's just going to be a bunch of oddball, mundane, crazy stuff going on, and I cannot wait, for the sing-alongs and the show about the visiting delegate, who maybe it's going to be played by Patrick Stewart and he'll be singing, or Brent Spiner. He's a great singer. You let him do some singing, for a guest spot. But this is going to be great. CBS executives has said that Mike McMahon wanted to do a show about the people, and I quote, about the people who put the yellow cartridge in the food replicator so a banana can come out the other end. This is going to be a lot of fun. This guy knows his Star Trek. His cat's name is Riker. His son's name is Sagan. He knows his Trek, and I can't wait to see what happens with this. He actually originally came to a lot of people's attention with his Twitter account posting fake Star Trek Next Generation plots, which in turn scored a deal for him. Star Trek The Next Generation Warped, an engaging guide to the never-aired 8th season, which, of course, never was a thing.
Like the title.
Right? Yeah, me too.
It's like 8 puns in
Right. So the reason I put this in my ear was this is my Bluetooth enabling me to get connected with McMahon and his future, and this is the earpiece I would expect to see in this show. Some sort of candy element with a stick hanging out of, the communications officer ear. It wouldn't be the earpiece that Uhura would have in her ear. It would be something dumb like this.
They need to do like a battle royale for all the red shirts, because they're like supposed to be all the nobodies, right?
Right.
And the red shirts always die.
Like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, from the chat, Xander said lots of red shirts, one death a show. Yes, let's get a battle royale where they just start killing them off left and right.
I would watch
I'm here
that.
for that.
I would watch that.
The red shirt royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential because, you know, even though the Best of Trek features a lot of humor, you know, Star Trek For the Voyage Home with the whales, there's a lot of humor in Star Trek already.
Yeah.
But if you like Futurama, I think Star Trek with all its history is ripe for this kind of parody.
Yeah.
So,
How do you not name your cat Spot?
well, yeah, that would be obvious. You could do that, but Riker's not bad, you know.
Riker's not bad, but Spot is like.
But Spot is like something. It's sort of generic, right? I mean, unless you're a
No,
really
it's
big Next Generation
incredibly
fan,
generic.
right?
That was the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, right. I mean, it's right up Data's alley, but
And I mean, yeah, nobody knows how big a fan you are, but you know.
yeah, I wanted to name both my kids Kirk and Spock. My then wife vetoed that. She didn't think that was
You were
going to
gonna
work.
name both your kids the same thing? Kirk and Spock?
Why not?
Everywhere.
Why not? That way you could
These are
always
my
say
two kids, Kirk and Spock.
that
and
way.
Kirk and Spock.
What's wrong with 3-syllable names? Kirk and Spock. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with 3 syllables.
I know. I know.
He said, Wilhelm screamed.
I always-
Yes.
I always felt deprived.
Screams.
I always felt deprived. I only had a 1-syllable name.
Yeah, it's. I shortened my name to 1 syllable. Like,
As many of us do. This is engaging.
anyways.
Cat.
Back to my
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah. Oh, news.
Yes.
Great.
And just to clarify, he did not put his
So,
ear
in
sucker
news,
in.
after years and
thankfully.
years and years and years, we are finally getting the Gladiator sequel that nobody asked for.
I had forgotten what this movie was about.
Gladiator was a decent movie. It was okay. It won all the awards because they didn't know how to make better movies back then.
Nothing else came out that year.
With Russell Crowe as the Spaniard, for some reason. That's what they called him. The Spaniard throughout. Anyway, and they have a green light on a sequel. Ridley Scott and Paramount, I think, are teaming up to make a sequel. We don't know what the story will be about. Spoilers, Maximus, the gladiator, died in The Gladiator. And nobody cares about his backstory, so it's not like they could dig deeper into that. So they're going to make some story with some movie called The Gladiator 2. Battle to the Gladiators. More Gladiator.
Electric
Glad-
Boogaloo. Gladiator 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Gladiator 2, The Gladiation.
I'm not dogging the original
Gladiator.
Gladiator, with the exception of the casting being a little inappropriate.
Gladiator
He
Glatzbag.
could have been.
You
like,
weren't a fan of that movie?
He
He could have been the Irishman. He could have been. Isn't he? No. English? Who's
He could
Russell
have
Crowe?
been a German
He
or
could have been
Russian
German, yeah.
or
Anything.
No,
Anything.
you didn't like Gladiator?
No,
Really?
He's not
I
a
liked
Spaniard.
it. I liked it.
Oh,
With the exception of the casting being a little, that's not a Spaniard.
it's like, were you
That's
not
not what a
entertained?
Spaniard looks like.
Oh.
Nice.
That
Well
should be-
done.
That was a good one.
That should
No,
be
it
good.
was good. It was kind of, it was big and epic, and they made the end was what the end of a movie like
Oh,
that
the
should
Celts.
be.
Duh. Never mind.
It'd be someone inspired
Sorry,
by
you
the
didn't say that.
Gladiator.
No, but it could
It's a dumb idea.
Right, but then that's just bad for us then. That's not better overall.
No, I'm still white though.
No, I thought it was good. I thought Joaquin Phoenix was genius in that movie. As-
Yeah, you throw that shit.
So, so will Joaquin Phoenix be having more incestuous relationships in this film? Will he be in it? And can we
Did he
call
not
it Gladiator
die?
2
Did he
still
die?
gladiating?
Did he not die?
I like still gladiating.
Still gladiating's good.
I
No,
think he
did
died,
Joaquin
right?
Phoenix. I thought Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
died in that movie.
Oh, did he
Yeah.
die? I
Yeah.
don't remember.
he
Wasn't
got
that
in
the whole
ring
thing?
with him.
That wasn't the whole thing.
I thought the whole thing was he wanted to bring down Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that was why, like.
Yeah,
Oh.
became a gladiator.
All right. I just remember the Russell.
Gladiator 2.
So
Gladiator
basically, this is
2.
a dumb sequel.
He became a gladiator because he didn't have a choice.
Okay.
They were
Slaves, got it.
prisoners.
It'll
This
be,
is like there being a sequel to Devilman Crybaby. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead who you care about. So
Death proof the sequel.
it'll be Joaquin Phoenix's incestuous relationship child.
Eva Green.
The
Is that
child.
who that was? Oh no. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch it anyway. Let's
Don't
be clear.
worry, they're not going to make that. It's
So,
not.
we're
What
entering.
is this?
How do you know?
Because Ridley Scott is many things, but an idiot is not one
So we're nearing the end of the news, and I'm waiting for like topics from the chat.
We're just
What?
stalling.
I do want to, no, I don't know. I got stuff. Did Halloween suck this year, or is it just me? I know, look, not everybody lives in Dallas, although you should. Anyway, no, there's other place.
We don't have space.
It was raining, and Halloween was on a Wednesday. It sucked.
Yeah.
I live in a pretty good neighborhood where there's a lot of kid traffic. You know, these little beggars looking for candy every year,
So
which
weird.
I admire them. You know,
Sure.
but I normally get 35, 40 per Halloween, literally 10. That's why we're eating a big bowl of candy right here, right now.
It's not the only reason.
And my kids, apparently, like all the houses in the neighborhood, people were just like, take the candy. So they came back with buttloads of candy too. So does Halloween just not need to fall on a Wednesday? Because everybody's like, they're doing the parties like the weekend before and everything, which I don't like that. No.
Why not?
Because it ain't Halloween. It's just not right.
Parties the weekend before is
Fine.
That's always been a thing.
well, no, I think it's fine. Like, but I don't have a lot of perspective on it. I don't have kids. I'm not a kid, so the door-to-door thing is not really part of my world.
Well, see,
Have you gotten less or fewer kids every year for
No.
a while?
No, it's been pretty consistent.
That's
Except
something
this
I'm
year.
curious about.
I know that my we have nieces. There's that. Sorry. So our nieces
Yes, we do.
mostly don't trick or treat anymore. They do like the trunk or treats, the ones that are a lot more condensed.
God, those are boring.
They are, but they're also like easier and kind of safer and just not as much effort.
In that case, just go to the store and buy your kids a mixed assortment of candy. Here you go, guys. Happy Halloween.
Okay, it's still a bigger event than that, but and so they don't go trick or treating anymore, and we definitely went trick or treating when I was a kid. And maybe kids aren't doing it as much, but especially the rain, like
It was a bad,
Just effective.
bad weather effect. And
I think it was mostly just the rain that we had that tore down a lot of this stuff. A lot of people wanting to go out because it really didn't stop raining until like almost 5.
yeah.
And by then everyone was like, well, we're just going to stay home. And they just stayed
Not gonna
home.
lie, I was supposed to go out yesterday and I didn't. I was just tired. It's raining. You don't want to stay inside.
middle of the week, no one wants to go. So,
Yeah.
damn you.
It's kind of a bummer.
Will the show next year
How about
be on Thursday? Will one of our shows fall on Halloween next year?
I don't know.
Potentially.
No.
no one could ever possibly know that,
Eventually.
Jason?
No
We'll
one,
never know.
No one can know that. No one can know that, especially the next 20
How
seconds.
about
No way to find
how about
out.
the next Halloween we do it purge style, and you do it
Excuse
for
me?
a whole day, and everyone is forced to stay awake and deal with trick or treaters, and you have to give out candy the entire time,
Or
What
what?
else?
Or you die.
or dire consequences.
Okay.
Please.
Because if we're
So
truly
it's like a mixture of St. Patty's Day, like are you wearing green, except it's do you have candy, and if you
Right.
don't, instead of getting pinched, like literally anything could happen.
You're going to get in a chokehold.
I
Did you
know.
watch The Purge?
Good luck
No.
selling that.
That's not
No, I
what
haven't.
happened. People died.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
It was
that's what
pretty
should
much murder
happen.
or nothing.
Well,
Like,
look. What's wrong with a good chokehold? That's all I'm saying. I mean, you know.
nothing.
I mean,
Okay.
that's your business.
There's
I
nothing
mean-
wrong
I'm
with
trying to
it.
help you make it
I mean,
everybody's
as long
business.
as it's a consensual chokehold.
Yeah,
there's
I
nothing wrong
mean-
with-
Not in the purge.
Oh,
It's not.
okay.
Nothing's consensual in the purge.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's
Watch the movie.
anyways.
So,
Anyways, Jason, what were you going to say?
oh no,
So nobody likes my idea.
I
I
don't.
just want you to understand your own allegory.
I'm not vetoing it.
I like it. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to double down. I'm going to say let's go ahead and do 48 hours instead of 24.
no.
Did you watch The Purge?
I'm ready to do it.
So, no, I was going to say one of the things. I have a friend. He's him and his wife are very much into physical fitness. So they were making kids like do 10 push-ups, and if you did 10 push-ups, you got a full-size candy bar instead of the fun-size
I would
ones.
do that.
Oh yeah, they were
If I
busting it out.
could.
I mean, come on, the kids were like, what? Like
Okay,
10
like-
push-ups, I get a full-size candy bar? Bam, let's go. Give me that Hershey bar.
So from the chat, Red Dead 2 almost made $1 billion in like 3 days.
Jesus.
The game.
Wow.
Okay, I've been playing, and that, like I said, kind of contributed to no real progress on anything getting done this week.
How dare
It's
you.
great. I spent an hour looking for my hat. because you have to go track down your.
Those two sentences shouldn't go together.
Look, I'm saying if you like The Witcher, and you know the main quest, yeah, screw the main quest. What are all these other side quests I can do? I can go rob a bank. I can go, you know, help somebody. I can go hunting. That's the thing I've done the most of. I Red Dead Redemption is go hunting and like dress people up in whatever I want them to. It's a great game. It is open world sandbox. Damn it, Rockstar, y'all went all out with this one, and it is such a hard choice between. We just had Spider-Man, which was fantastic, especially being an open sandbox game as well. Now we got Assassin's Creed, which apparently I have not picked up, but a friend of mine said it's actually better than Red Dead's.
I'm starting it tonight.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Do that. I want to hear more.
I think I'm starting it tonight, and I by next Thursday I'll have something to talk about. Certainly. I
want to start it, but now I've gotten into Red Dead, and but I hear the open world is better in that one. But now
I will say the open world in Assassin's Creed Origins was better than. It was more interesting than any other Assassin's Creed I'd played.
Well, apparently they've improved on it.
Also,
which
reviews of
I'm
this
waiting.
one,
I want to hear your thoughts on it.
The reviews of this one say that it's not an Assassin's Creed game. They say it's good. It's not an Assassin's Creed game. Feels different. Plays different. I don't know.
I'm okay with different.
Find out. Yeah.
But so that's 3 fantastic games released in what? Less than 30-day period.
Yeah.
And now, right around the corner, we have Fallout 76 coming out, which is another open world game.
Open world? It might not be open world. It might be completely closed world.
I do like that we have somebody in the chat explaining. Now, let's talk about the one big problem of. Imagine you have downloaded. Let's just do a hypothetical here. Let's say you have downloaded a 50 gigabyte game, and let's say you maybe have 100 gig internet. You know.
So it's probably taking you like all day.
So you've waited and you've waited and you've waited.
Hyped up.
And you watch it every, like, what is it at? Oh, it's 83%. Do I go to bed or do I wait for it? You know what? I'll go to bed. And you wake up at 3. Is it done yet? No, it's not done yet. Okay, but you wake up the next day. Shit, I gotta go to work. But the game is almost done. And finally, you've downloaded all of it and you can play the game. And imagine if all of that deleted in the blink of an eye.
So there's a bug, to give some context to this, where you launch the game and you push a button like start game or something and it wipes itself off your hard drive.
The entirety of the game.
It's a 50 gig download.
Look, I am all for, you know, remaining calm and breathe and let's not get out of control. If 50 gigabytes deleted right in front of my eyes.
That's like a punch your computer number. Like.
I'm fighting everybody in the room that just happens to be here. I'm sorry, you're getting the splashback of my anger.
You're fighting everybody? Wow.
From the chat, Xander said it happened to him. First time he downloaded it, it deleted. They ended up capping the download speed of 500 kbs.
Oh!
But today, his buddy downloaded it in a couple hours. 500 kbs is not fast enough to download anything.
500 kbs?
That sucks. That super sucks.
Oh my god!
That's like happened today.
That's like, ooh, I just got DSL over dial-up. Isn't it great? It's so fast.
That's one faster than when you turn on your internet and your computer goes speed on ding. Like that's a little bit faster than that.
Like the only way this could be more hellish is they put that freaking modem dial-up.
It sounds like your computer's screaming.
God, I could not log on in the middle of the night with those freaking old modems, those 56K modems.
It was always the worst. Like if someone gets on the phone, then you're done.
Yeah. I'm serious. If I like walked in the room and heard somebody screaming, just like pissed off, what the hell is wrong with you? 50 gigabytes a game, just delete it. I would hand them something to break. Here, break this. Just go ahead.
That's like
go ham. You're good.
Taking your china and just smashing a plate at a time. That's that kind of number.
Very slowly. Just,
I do have to say, I think Bethesda, of like most studios, are the most likely to be able to pull it out and like make it go okay. They're really good about feedback. They're really good at listening. They released like a statement like a week and a half ago that we know there are going to be bugs. We're used to finishing something and then releasing it. So this is a new experience for us. We're listening. Thank you for being a fan of our stuff. Hang with us. Give us your feedback. We'll work together. I just a lot of respect for that studio in general.
And also they are local.
This has been a train wreck.
Why?
Oh my God, he did it! He did it!
Why is there sound? Why is there sound that is not coming from
the
me?
wrath of the producer.
Bryce, what video were you pulling up just now?
happened?
What happened?
I think he was playing our video.
I was attempting to pull up SCNS Live on Facebook,
Well,
so
make sure
I
you screenshot the last time you were on it.
turns out when you do that during the show, apparently the sound is on, and even though I had
This is
sound
why.
muted
That's why we
earlier,
have nice things.
yeah. So I'd like to thank everyone for allowing me to participate on this show, and this is my final show. And
Good having you
thanks
here.
Should
again
we even
for everyone
continue with him, or
watching.
just wait
No,
for the
no,
next
no.
guy?
No, just be awkward. I'm leaving now. So he will have to appease the producer next week.
Security will escort you out.
Where's that
Wait.
dog?
Here's,
Do you think
here's a goal watch, Bryce.
Where's
do you think security needs a hand to get him out of here?
And with that, okay, so let's talk about other.
No, before we move on from the chat, no issues today, really. Today
Okay.
is much smoother.
Well-
is it fun? Is it fun?
Yeah.
Actually,
the big
there is
question.
one other bug that is still present.
What?
Okay, so apparently someone has found out Fallout's physics system is tied directly to its frame rate, including walk speed. Basically, if you can speed up, and if you're on PC, because PC is the master race, anyway, if you go into the .isi files in the game and actually
What
speed up
did you just say?
the .isi file, yes,
No, the other part. Never
PC
mind.
is the master race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So no,
an
if you go into
uncomfortable-
the ISI file and speed it up from there, you actually speed up your melee and movement abilities without speeding up anything else. You want to swing a melee weapon super fast? There's how you do it. And Bethesda actually, sorry, let me keep going here. They've also found out with the frame rate tied directly to walk speed, or with the physics being tied directly to the frame rate and walk speed, basically if you look down at the game and nothing else is rendering in front of you, you can just outrun enemies. And Bethesda has answered that today and said, we do not have a fix for this currently. And we probably won't have one ready until the game goes live. So, for now, go ahead and speed up your ISI and cheat your butt off, because I actually have a video of playing right here of what I'm demonstrating. I know it can't be seen by users, but if you look down, you see this enemy over here. There he is. You run away from him, look down at the ground, nothing else is rendering, and he turns around and looks, and the guy's way back there now.
That's
So,
how you do it in real life, too.
is that how it works?
If you're running away from something,
watched
just
a lot of
look
Fri-
straight down.
Is that how we defeat Jason in
Keep
Friday
running.
the 13th?
Yes.
PSA, don't do that.
You have to look down. So the bug is still prevalent in the game. A lot of people are posting videos like, ooh, look, I can speed up everything now. They're pretty hilarious because expect on Reddit a lot of walk speed videos coming up here very soon.
Nice.
Nothing more exciting than walk speed videos.
Or, somebody swinging a freaking, like a guy, he sped it up. He showed the demonstration, like he had a baton and he was just swinging it. And he kept speeding it up gradually. And finally he was just like, looked like Wally West swinging a baton.
Yes.
So I want to see the vicious beating that he just gives on an NPC. Like,
Well, we know that like the best part about any Bethesda game, especially a Fallout game, is modding.
Yes.
So seeing that's gonna be fun with this.
Like how you can make Death Claws become your companion.
Exactly. That's like my favorite mod.
at that point, I'm just going to make a Nightwing mod and just have him beat the crap out of things with the
Do
stick. Like,
Oh my
here
God,
comes, Here comes a
please.
death claw. Or, and the death claw just
I'm
dies.
just gonna mod it where Country Roads plays on a loop the whole time.
I mean, I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah. Non-stop.
Country road. Oh, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because I will start singing. Anyway. So, yeah.
Take
a couple of
me
bugs
home.
would...
No songs.
a couple of bugs with Fallout 76, but like you
Not
said,
today.
it is beta. Give them a chance.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they have this one ready by launch, though. This one's kind of total cheap. I don't have a problem with this as far as the single player version of it. Do what you want in single player. Make a Deathclaw look like Macho Man Randy Savage. I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that kind of stuff. It's the multiplayer aspect that I have
Yeah.
the problem with. Where somebody's going to go, oh, I'm going to go fight that guy. And all of a sudden they're beaten to death with a friggin' like melee weapon becomes the greatest weapon in the game. That's the part I'm concerned with. Bethesda, I'm pretty sure you got it handled. And don't get me wrong, I love you guys. So, yeah. I'm waiting for Xander to actually speak up that he has done that. I'm shocked.
He will-
Busy singing,
Yeah.
"Take Me Home, Country Roads" in the chat.
3 words at a time.
Yeah. And also, he'll probably be doing that when he plays Extra Life this
Oh,
weekend.
I think I might have done something wrong on in the ISI file. Oh well. Yeah, you probably did. Get with me later. I got the hack. I mean,
Just delete the game and start over.
no, don't delete
Or
the
let
game.
it delete it for you.
Oh.
I bought my wife a computer for this game. That's how much I love my wife. Okay, so she has a brand new rig to play Fallout on, and you know,
He doesn't
You'll
love
never
any
see
of
her
it.
again.
I mean, I lived through. She'll be back eventually. I lived through through World of Warcraft when it first released, so
You'll,
that was a hard one.
6 months later.
It wasn't 6 months.
It's probably like what, 3
Year and a
years?
half.
It was like 3 months before she like said something like. I think her first words after 3 months were like, "I'm hungry." You know?
Fasted.
Bring
Oh,
me
really?
small goats
Beef jerky and
or-
Mountain Dew
Wait,
not
wait,
doing
wait,
it for
I
you
got
anymore.
I got it. Speaking of I'm hungry. Venom.
Here we go.
Okay.
The segue.
Mm.
So,
Can I set this up before y'all go? Okay, so
Let's just go to the. There we go.
Bryce was good enough to watch Venom right before a show. Came over and gave us a review of it. And Bryce, you thought it was an okay movie. You liked it. Wait,
loved it.
Wait, no. I
Okay,
it was lacking for me in some respects,
Okay.
Jason. Yeah, I think you might have forgotten how much I wish I hadn't been in that theater
Oh no,
that day.
I'm sorry. You no, I'm sorry. You totally shat on this movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it
did
at
not
all.
like it and just crapped all over it.
Sure
That's
did.
fine. I thought you liked it.
Sure, no,
Anyway,
no.
so,
I ripped up my ticket right here at this table.
So, but we saw it.
About a week later.
And we had a different opinion on it. Now,
Okay, let me hear
mine
it.
is not going to be as strong as you guys are. But Kat, Cass, you guys came in, and what did you think of Venom?
I loved it.
Loved it?
That's a strong reaction,
That's
love.
strong right there.
It wasn't too long.
Loved it.
Cass, loved it?
Loved
All
it.
right, so
Okay.
we've been waiting for you to get back
Okay.
so we could have this
Well, I was here last
meeting
week.
of the mind. Well, we were talking about
We're
ourselves.
busy.
We,
We
had
we
a
were eating
topic
pizza and
last
nachos last week. It was a happy time.
True.
We
So-
had a topic.
We did.
So I did want to say, okay, while I thought the movie was okay, I did have a lot of issues with it.
Well, that's one of the things I have written down.
Are we doing
Both
spoilers,
of you-
or-
Oh, we're doing spoilers. This movie's
Oh,
old.
I gotta make a
Spoilers for
sign.
Venom. Nobody can read your signs.
Hold on.
If you haven't seen Venom by now, you're not really that vested in this
So,
movie.
well, I mean, I wasn't. That's
So,
it's like,
Oh,
oh,
hold on,
whatever.
hold on, hold on,
Were
hold
you
on,
guys-
hold on.
No, were you guys
Hold on.
fans of the origin material? Were you guys Venom comic?
Yes.
Only in the very beginning. Only.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
know for perspective.
What was that
I'm
like?
Not that familiar.
What was that like? McFarlane, Spider-Man 300.
Yeah, when Peter
number
Parker
299.
first shed the suit, Eddie Brock picked it up. I was a fan of that. I was actually kind of a fan of Venom Lethal Protector.
Didn't see that. Didn't read that. Sorry.
It was Sam De La Rosa doing that book. It was a good book. It was Venom basically getting away from Spider-Man and making his own life out in San Diego.
Okay.
Or San Francisco, and actually being like really bad at being a hero, but he was doing it because through it all, Venom is not so much a villain like robbing banks and hurting people. He just wants to kill Spider-Man because he hates him. But other than that, he does like have a moral code. So with that, I didn't think that was lost in the movie, although they did. Eddie Brock, let's face it, did like do some shady stuff to Peter Parker because he hated Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We didn't have that in this movie at all. In fact, they treated Eddie Brock as kind of a hero-ish type character.
Oh, hold on.
Well, he wasn't
Hold
very
on.
good to his.
Pause.
We're still pausing for spoilers.
We're pausing really quick because it looks like Cass has something to show us.
Spoiler.
Spoilee.
Well, it's not going to be that helpful on the Bryce and Jason can.
It's not. Well, there's a time delay.
Spoiler.
There's a time delay.
If you remember Infinity War, I made a similar sign. Because I can never fit all the letters. So we have spoiler. Anyways, continue.
It's like somebody goes to a WWE show and makes a sign.
You
And,
have to say spoilers. If you're not going to be able to read it, you have to say it right.
so
Spoilers.
I'm gonna get into real quick. What I liked about the movie was basically the symbiote. I love that
the
when
symbiote.
The what?
the symbiote.
The symbiote.
Symbiote.
Symbiote. I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. Okay.
Symbiote.
I liked that when he was
Symbiote.
Venom. It
Yeah.
looked like Venom in the comics, except we didn't have the spider. We didn't have that whole thing tying him to Spider-Man, which I didn't like.
Right.
I did not, even though I was not a fan of Eddie and the symbiote talking to each other, because in the comics it's just we. They're one being. They speak to each other. I did think it was hilarious in the movie when they were talking. So I liked it. I just wasn't. It's not true to the character, which they don't speak to each other. Granted, Venom has the symbiote has spoken to other hosts, but it's because they were not totally synced up. When Eddie and the symbiote are one, it's we. There's no this them chit-chatting with each other. They're just Venom. So was not a fan of that, but I liked the interaction that they did. I thought it was a little bit more interesting. So that's what I got to say about that.
I thought it was hilarious.
I think we're reading different comics.
No, it's always
I've read. And granted, mine is kind of secondhand sources, but I've seen a decent amount of Eddie and Venom talking to each other. They do both
same.
say we.
It's more of an internal dialogue, but that really wasn't very cinematic.
You wanted
It's an
it to be
internal
like
dialogue in the movie.
Twilight.
But when they address other people, it's always we. They were like having open arguments with people, like, and kind of not in sync. And maybe that's one of the reasons why,
Okay. Yeah.
But when they're perfectly in sync, it's always a we thing. So
I think they're perfectly in sync going forward.
It was-
that was the whole
it
point
was
of the
fine,
movie.
but
I think
like I
that
said,
they will be.
it wasn't the same, but it was fine. I didn't like it, but I was kind of like, okay, I can dig
hang
this.
with it.
Yeah, exactly. I can co-sign this.
Okay.
I missed the whole Spider-Man interaction a lot. For me, it just left me bored throughout most of the film. I thought Hardy was good. I didn't have a. Did I say something? Oh.
I was hoping that spoiler was actually French for spoiler. It's not. It's Piquet.
It's no.
Big bit.
This is just me.
I wanted it to be that way solely. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I liked Hardy. I just didn't like. I thought the interaction with his girlfriend was boring.
I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
I didn't want. Yeah, that's what I mentioned when I first came on the show. I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I didn't care for that character and that. I guess I wanted more alien symbiote stuff. I would have loved something from the home world, from the symbiote home world. I would have loved, for them to go all out and go really, sci-fi on it. I didn't care for the main antagonist. I didn't care for the climactic battle. I thought that was boring.
You didn't like them bamfing in and out and the slow mo.
Okay, that was just bad cinema.
I
was-
loved it.
Two dark characters at night.
It was
yeah,
it was
that's
hard
bad.
to see visually. For me it reminded me of Spider-Man 3.
There
There was a very dark battle, going on. You remember that in Spider-Man 3? It was hard to see.
Well, there were points when they were fighting and it was.
Okay.
I couldn't tell who was who.
That's my point.
I think that was the point, is that they were that it was kind of tangled, and that they're fighting each other, but that they are kind of the same material. And I thought I actually thought that was really
Like,
interesting.
this is the comic character that was based off of.
Right.
And I kind of wish they had done this color because it would have been a little bit more distinctive.
It would have been.
I agree. I don't know. It left. I also wondered about Venom's motivations. I mean, he was one way most of the movie, and then at the end, all of a sudden, he's going to help out the common, ordinary man. He just changes his motivations. Why?
Yeah, he said Eddie changed his mind.
How? Why? What was the big turning point?
He empathized with him. He said, "You're a loser like me." He figured out that humans were on the same spectrum of like what they wanted and what they understood and where they were going and how they dealt with things.
I don't know. To me, it didn't ring
I'll
true
agree
with his
you.
character.
I'll agree with you that Venom kind of doesn't care about humanity. Venom cares about Eddie, and this is what Eddie wanted. And in a kind of odd way, I think it's a love story between two people that were kind of meant to cohabitate, people, two things that were meant to have a symbiotic relationship. And that's one of the things that I actually really liked about it, was that when you have a character that is this kind of chaos, if they care about one thing, then they will protect that one thing.
I thought he did care about humanity. I didn't get that feel from it. Just me, but like I think he understood the initial impact through Eddie's eyes, but like instantly he was on board with taking care of the chick. And I didn't care about their relationship, but I thought it was cute that the symbiote was like, yeah, I like her too. Like, I'm on board. Let's make sure she stays safe.
But you thought he
get me to the
kind
hospital.
of saw humanity through Eddie's eyes.
I thought he experienced it for the first time through his eyes and quickly grew beyond Eddie.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, we gotta save all of these tiny, powerless things.
Because Eddie cared about him, and then he was like, okay, I can see what you see now. And I thought that was really interesting. I really liked that.
I guess I wanted the more... didn't care about anything except, chaos. I wanted more of that. I didn't want it to be a love story. I like how you saw it, and I'm glad you liked it for that reason. But for me, I wanted more chaos and destruction and death from him.
Like,
you mentioned
classic
love story.
Venom.
I do want to give a shout out to Lucky Octopus Art.
Yes!
Yeah, when you say love story, go check out Lucky Octopus Art. She has done some nice little scribbles about the whole Venom and Eddie relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her.
Simbrock, that kind of thing.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, the two of them, their ship name is Simbrock.
Is that what the ship name is?
Yep.
From the chat, we had Flash may be a hero. It's true, actually. That they needed the Flash
Thompson.
Huh?
What, is it in
The character.
No, the character, the Flash, in their interaction to really make him...
No, they were saying Flash Thompson.
It's the bully, right?
Yeah, Flash Thompson was actually Spider-Man's bully in high school.
Yeah.
But Flash actually redeemed himself and unfortunately lost his legs in the comics.
Yeah.
And they outfitted him with the Venom symbiote and created he was like a paramilitary style character. He worked for the government. And that's actually a good point. But I don't think I would have wanted to see that right now. I want the Eddie Venom thing. Maybe later, but let's face it, is this movie getting a sequel?
Do you know how much money it made?
$500 million.
Oh, well, it's getting a sequel.
Yeah, this movie made more than Justice League.
Justice League made 670 something or 680 or
okay.
something like that.
I know it was on track to. I didn't know if it cleared.
It hasn't yet.
I'm okay with a Venom sequel if I think when the Blu-ray comes to light, maybe they'll bring in the scenes that I think some people were complaining that were missing.
Agent Venom, that's who I was trying to think of.
I mean,
thank you, Xander.
It's certainly possible, right? That we get a better version of Venom when it comes to home, when it comes to your home theater, because I don't think we got everything. I think that was something that people were talking about.
Do, yeah.
I feel like without that, I can totally see your points and not necessarily disagree with your points, and it doesn't change that I liked it a lot. I thought it was fun, and I don't have any real connection to the origin content enough to care that much. If it was the original stories.
So we've got a.
It was the expectations game.
Y'all loved it. You hated it.
I didn't like the car chase. Too long.
I
Loved the car chase.
I tolerated it. I didn't hate it, but I thought I can live with it.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
So, newsflash, we're all of different opinions. We're different
I like it.
people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Are we done with spoiler?
Yes.
unlike when the last chapter Infinity War comes out and we're all like, ah!
Oh, this is wonderful.
Or Captain Marvel. I'm ready for Captain Marvel.
I'm so ready for Captain Marvel.
I'm ready for Shazam too.
And when Bumblebee beats out Aquaman. Anyway, so
No.
I give my
For this
last
show
jab
to
in.
be over.
So
Like,
thank you guys, Super Cool Nation, for joining us for another show. We will be back next week. We only have 2 more shows left in the season. We will be going on a break during the holidays, but we'll be back after the new year.
With a new look, you heard it here first.
Yes, we are changing things with the flow of the show, possibly the set.
Kicking Jason
Pending. Kicking me off.
He's like,
All new
yeah,
hairstyles.
Yeah, wait.
What?
I take all my toys and go home.
I'm thinking about
Like
taking my
I'm already
glider.
here. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, 2 more shows this season. We'll be back next week, same time, 8 p.m. Central. Join us. But while you're here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on all of our social media, which you can see at the bottom: Facebook.com/SCNS Live, Twitter.com/SCNS Live, our Instagram at SCNS Live. Follow us all those places. But if you want to follow us personally, you can catch me at Jason the X on Instagram and Twitter.
I am Bryce Culver on Facebook and on Instagram, and I have a Instagram toy page. It is called Trapdoor Toys.
I'm at BetterCat on Instagram. It is really the only place I post when Overwatch League is off season.
And good photography.
Yeah, great photography. I'm good at that.
Yay.
Pictures. Good at pictures.
Instagram and Twitter at Cas_Bradley, KAS_Bradley. Twitter, I will be live tweeting some stuff soon.
Especially not Assassin's Creed. Producer Cora, who makes everything work.
Alright, if you want to talk with me, you can find me on Twitter at HawksPerch, where I continuously scream into the void about Suikoden.
Yeah, you do.
Or you can follow me on Instagram at Korodono, KORODONO. I started posting there again after a month. Also, I
Yay.
just want to... I found a Suikoden shirt.
Hey!
Yay.
That guy.
Yeah, the main character.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Anchorman.
Anyways.
Nope, no idea.
So anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you next week. And as we always say around here,
Keep
keep
on
on nerding.
Candy.
It's good for you.